Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this Tuesday, July 14th, and market is just stuck in a range right now. Sloppy trading, a little bit of action in the morning. Since that noon hour, we had a nice little run up to the highs, and they're kind of holding up there, but it's been nothing but sloppy movement. It's been the net to the upside, but you can see the rotations here has been nothing but crazy. So big rotations, shaking out stops left and right. So that's kind of what's been going on. And I did one trade in the morning, and I kind of stopped at that point. It's like I got in immediately lost money on it. Realized, okay, there's no follow through at all. And then after this reaction, I figured like, okay, this is kind of crazy. So I kind of sat on the sidelines. I have not found really an opportunity. After the fact now. You can see how the mean held up pretty good, but you kind of had to be willing to sit in that trade for a while before it developed. So that would have been a nice long trade when it stalled at the mean. You had to make a directional call though. They had to make the call that it's going to bounce off the mean and mean is going to hold. But you could have done that call and had a fairly tight stop on it as well. So then not too bad, right? The headline this morning, the CPI came in a lot better than expected. That's why this whole thing has been net to the upside, but it's been pretty sloppy, you know. You got earnings coming out as well, and that has been great so far. A big issue with the IBM stock also. So there's a lot of cross currents going on right now. Of course, we have the shooting going on in the Middle East as well. But anyway, so it looks to me that the market is trying to take it higher. Now going into tomorrow's trading. Tomorrow's trading, we're getting into we have mortgage apps, and we have a PPI number at 8:30, Empire State Manufacturing as well. Kevin Ward testifies again, and that's about it. We have Beige Book coming out at 2. But so tomorrow PPI is going to be the headline number at 8:30, and I'll see how that shapes up. But the number on the CPI was really good today. So I would start off range bound on the market. I don't think that we can. If you want to, maybe start with a slight bias to the upside, but this morning it was a news reaction, and the market just kind of stayed sideways after that. So I would probably start range bound, not necessarily any bias on it. To sell strength, probably put a level here at the in the ES first here. Put a level here at the 7600, 7610 as before. Probably put a level here at the 7590s where the mode is at, and then a level here at the 74, 7570s. Rotations up, and these two probably stays where they are. So range bound trading, let's look to fade the edges back to the mean in the overnight. Nasdaq, same story there. Also to the upside at the initial reaction, then a bit just going sideways. Kind of sloppy action, very difficult to stick with those trades. A lot of range on these ones, and it's like, yeah, you get a long in here, not a great trade location. Look how far they take it on these guys. Take it way down, and much more when you want to sit through. So it just shakes you out of the trades, and then just to see it goes right back up again. Very frustrating. So it's like if you sat in that thing and it got stopped out just to see it go in your favor, and then in the worst case, maybe even low ticked, it would totally suck. So anyway, so starting off range bound going into the overnight, only one trade. I'm down 37 so far. On the bond side of things, I did take a bond trade though. I was watching this guy for a bit, and after this reaction popped, and they couldn't take it higher, started taking out the low. They started taking out this low here, and they took it out with a couple of ticks, pulled back, and I figured, okay, maybe they're going to run it down here, test the low that range, initial balance. So I got short. I sat in that for 15 minutes, maybe, well, yeah, 12 to 15 minutes, and I said, no, I'm just going to get out of it. So I got out of the trade, and you can see here I had my stop outside that rotation. It had been just twisting in the wind all day after that. So there you have it. So, and one trade scratched it, and that was it on the bonds. Didn't move. So the premise on that trade was really, yeah, it needs to move lower pretty quick. Otherwise, this is not working. And so I got out of it early. And then on the cryptos, it's just going back and forth, flipping around. The cryptos are to the upside, the Ethereum and the Bitcoin futures to the upside today. Oil is up to $80 a barrel, and that's one to watch carefully. So, I mean, we'll see how far that's going to go. But the oil coming up is not a great sign. But so far, I think the market is just shrugging that off, looking at earnings, looking forward to earnings, just assuming that Middle East situation is going to be handled. So, okay, so that's where we are. Starting off the ES Nasdaq range bound, watch tomorrow morning for the PPI number and see if we get what kind of reaction we get on that one. Alrighty, guys, we'll wrap it there. So I'll see you back tomorrow bright and early, and we'll go at this again. Alrighty, guys, later.